Here in Miami, Lone Depot Park, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Miami Marlins. Boog Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton, and we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a 3-game set. They've split the first 2, and regardless of how important a series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So almost ready to get underway, and on the hill in this one, Johnny Cueto. And Siggy, he's a workhorse, loves pitching deep into his starts.
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
Now at the plate, Santiago Espinal.
The second baseman, Santiago Espinal.
The wind and the pitch. In for a strike. And we're underway here this afternoon. And he deals. Check swing, but he went too far. And it's 0-2. That one drifts inside. Next pitch inside, 2-2. And now the count filled up 3-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Hitless of the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Cueto, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a cutter, a four-seamer, and he works in a slider. And now the 0-1. They say it went. And that's down and away. Fights that one away, still 1-2. The pitch. And now it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hot shot to third. Tosses across to first. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone. Bo Bichette up to the dish. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. And that's through there for a strike. Right-hander kicks, deals. Just missed. And that one hit to first. Cooper takes it himself, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays, and now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. You're dialed into the show. Back back here at the ballpark. And today's starter, Alek Manoah. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
So dominant in his last start. Double-digit strikeouts. It's going to be interesting today to see if he's able to have command of his secondary pitches the way he did last time out.
Bottom of the first, John Birdie at the plate. Singy Alek Manoah's turned into one of the better starters in the American League. Blue Jays drafted him out of West Virginia. He was the 11th overall pick in the 2019 draft.
Yeah, and just a year later, a big league all-star. So developed pretty quickly and a front-end rotation guy for the Toronto Blue Jays.
The 1-0. And it's fouled away. So now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
At the belt and fires. He goes down looking.
No, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Now, Jose Iglesias.
Ball 1.
That misses. Ball 1. One down, base is empty. That clips a corner. Next offering upstairs.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In the air, out towards left center. Makes a nice running catch. 2 away.
Batting third, the second baseman, Luis.
2 outs, base is empty. Luis Ariz stands in. 3 for 9 of the series coming in. In there for strike 1.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch you'll see in this at bat to hit.
Righty delivers.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
To third, and it's through for a hit, and that keeps the inning alive. Takes the turn. He's digging for second, and he'll make it safely. That's a double.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation. And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Ariz at second with 2 down. Check swing, went around. 0-2 now. And a pitch. Just missed.
It's a good take.
Just missed.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
The pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Left-hand batter waits. Got it by him for the K. 1 left for Miami. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, George Springer. Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. And that one fouled off. 0-1. And there's a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Next offering way off the plate. Fights it off. He'll see another. Next pitch is popped up. Cooper pulls it down, and there's one down.
The first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 8th in RBIs in the American League right now. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. No score here in the second. And downstairs, Carl Dixon working the plate in this one.
You know, we often hear and talk about umpires being a pitcher's umpire, but Boog Dixon maybe a little bit more hitter friendly than most. He's kind of tight on the corners, so we'll see if that comes into play at all in this one.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Next one misses, and that's ball three. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all four guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Now it's Jansen to hit. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And there's a ball. And a pitch. And there's the strike. Next offering misses, and now 3-1. Kicks and deals. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The pitch. Bounce to third. Birdie. On to first. Third out. Blue Jays go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Welcome back. Bottom of the inning. Here's the veteran first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
Garrett Cooper.
And a pitch. And that one is lifted in the air. Varsho moving under it. Makes the grab, one away.
Batting sixth, the left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. Entered the game as a pinch hitter last night. Back in the starting lineup for this one. That clips the corner. Manoah, an all-star a season ago. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Man at first with one gone. Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. In there, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Oh, great stop to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Batting in, the designated hitter, on the side, Garcia.
Avisail Garcia up to the plate. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Ball one, no strikes. And here it comes. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. De La Cruz rounds third, headed for the plate. Play it home, he's safe, and it's 1-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here's the catcher to hit, Nick Fortes. First pitch, and he just misses. Garcia off of first with 2 away. Next pitch misses. Ball 2. Next offering is fouled back. Two one now. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 2-run homer, his 7th home run of the season, and they add a pair. It's 3-0.
Pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's a speed threat. John Birdie caught looking his first time up. Going 1.
On the mound, he's got to remember his offense can score a lot. So if he can hit the reset button from here going forward, there's still a chance that his club can win this ball game.
This to third, has some trouble with it. Chapman over to first in time, and that is the inning. 2-run shot for Miami this inning. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. On to the 3rd inning, and now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Brandon Bell.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
That's a little bit low. Brandon Bell, who grew up in Texas, played his college ball at the University of Texas, and then went on to win World Series with the Giants in 2012 and 2014. They called him the captain for a couple of years.
Yeah.
This one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Now he turns and heads for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
So man aboard. Matt Chapman up to the plate now. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. Chapman gets a piece there. Check swing, no appeal, and the count is 1-1. No outs, runner on second. And now 2-1. And that one is inside. Three-two. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Double play ball to second. There's one. On to Cooper, and it's a double play. Back to the top of the lineup, Santiago Espinal next up for the Blue Jays. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. That one's in there, 0-1. And the righty deals. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 2 outs with a runner at third. Next pitch just misses. Going to count 1-2. And that's outside. Kicks and fires. And another ball. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
So 2 down. Here's Kiermaier now. Grounded out his first time up. That's in for a strike. Bell on third. Espinal at first. 2 out of the inning. And down on strikes he goes. Out number 3. Blue Jays leave a pair. They trail it here 3-0. Back here in Miami, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Marlins, Jose Iglesias.
It's been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His third inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Strike on the outside corner. Strike 1. And the right-hander deals. Popped up left side. Bichette makes the catch. 1 down.
The batter, the second baseman, Luis.
So digging in, Luis Arias. Doubled in his first AB. Out there to center. Kiermaier moving under it. And a couple of quick outs.
The center fielder, number 2.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Went down on strikes his first time through. Chisholm batting in the cleanup spot, and he's driven in double-digit runs over his last 10 games. There's a strike. Fouled off. He was late. The 0-2. Ball one there.
Ball went out.
And now 2-2. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Here comes a pitch. And he walked him.
Ball 4.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy's just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
And now it's Garrett Cooper up to hit. Not close with that one. Ball 1.
The 2-out walk. Got to erase that and really go to work on the hitter. You got to go ahead and just let him steal if he's going to. Try to create the swing and miss and get out of this jam.
And that is cut on and missed. And the count even at 1. And you wonder, is he in his head a little bit?
Even if the base runner doesn't steal right here, what's great is that he is dividing the attention of the pitcher and may serve to give his teammate a better pitch to hit at the plate.
Next offering upstairs. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seemed to.
Kiermaier makes a nice grab at a full sprint. Marlins leave 1, but they lead it 3-0. Back here at Lone Depot Park as we go to the top of the 4th. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Cueto back to work. Right through there for a strike.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Pitch misses there, and it's 2-2.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
And Machetta's retired. And there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes. Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
And a foul ball. That's inside.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
That one missed. The next pitch misses. 3-2 now. Righty to the plate. And there's ball 4.
Boog, do you think you could draw a walk in the bigs if we gave you enough at bats?
Oh, that's a good question. I think that if they gave the pitcher a false scouting report on me, yes, I think I could draw a walk. Vladdy stands in now and watches strike 1. Springer, the base runner at first with 1 out. And a foul ball, third base side. Here's the 0-2. That's down and in.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next offering is outside. Springer on the run, and that's ball 4.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
Danny Jansen to hit here. Grounded out his first time. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
The next offering misses. And 1-1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
1 out. Runners at first and second. The pitch. And a good eye there.
Ball 2.
Good eye right there. Three, 2 now. Left field. And that's a base hit. The throw in. In there, he scores. And it's now a 2-run game.
Showed a lot of fight with 2 strikes in that AB. That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
1 down. Brandon Belt getting ready to hit. Doubled his first time up. Tried to check his swing. Appeal to third. And yes, he did. He went around. Next offering is in for a strike.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
In the dirt. Well done behind the dish. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Vladdy coming around third. Chisholm fires it to the plate, but it's offline. He will score. And they trail by 1.
Big RBI for him right there. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
Here's Matt Chapman. He reached out a walk his first time. That one off the mark. 1-0.
Count 1-0.
Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. There's a strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Pitch is in there, and that's strike 2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Two on, 1 out.
At the ball.
Still only 1 out here in the inning.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. That helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Varsho in the box now. Takes strike 1. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss.
0-2 is the count.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Corners are occupied with 2 down. This one in the air, right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And the inning is over. So 2 runs in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Marlins 3 and the Blue Jays 2. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Brian De La Cruz. And he deals. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
And that's
2 balls,
outside.
1 strike.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
And that one hammered Varsho. Going back some more, And it bangs off the top of the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Jesus Sanchez, the next up for the Marlins. And first offering is fouled off. De La Cruz leads off second with nobody out. Next offering is in for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you'd have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And now here's the Marlins DH, Abisail Garcia. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Back to the mound. One at second. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
The catcher, number 4, Nick Fortes.
Next to hit, Nick Fortes. He's already homered in this one. Edge of the zone for a strike, and that's strike one. Runners are at the corners, one away. Strike two.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. He can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball double play.
At the belt and fires. Battling here as he fouls it away. The pitch. And that one upstairs.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
And the pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. First and third, one down. Got him. That's out number 2.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in place somewhere and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
And the batter now, John Birdie. First offering misses the mark. And a big swing and a miss. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Next offering misses, 2-1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
That's to third, Chapman. And that is the inning. Marlins strand a pair, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. New inning getting started, and now Santiago Espinal.
The second baseman, Santiago.
The line of the pitch. In the air out towards right center. Sanchez ranging after it. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one down.
Now the 7th, Kevin.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Kevin Kiermaier. Swing and a ball lifted left field. And that one gets down, fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. The manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And at second with one away, Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. In there for strike one.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Kiermaier over at second, one down. Next offering is in for a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can
struck him out looking.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
Here's George Springer. There's a strike.
Here in the 5th inning, and here he is about to throw his 100th pitch. Man, he's really had to grind through to get to this point.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Oh, really laboring here in the 5th. Next pitch is going to be number 100. Man, you got to think this is probably his last inning if he can get through this thing.
Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now. Man at second. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
On the ground to third. In plenty of time to first. That takes care of Springer. That's out number 3. One left for Toronto. They're down 3-2. And welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now the number 2 hitter, Jose Iglesias. The pitch. That one hit to right, and that is Springer. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One away.
The batter, number 3.
Luis Arias, the next up for the Marlins. First pitch, not close. That's a hit. So a man aboard now with one away. And now Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Nope,
And takes low for ball 1. Called strike right there. In there. And so now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground. And that's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
Garrett Cooper digs in now. First pitch just misses.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Swing and a miss. And the count even 1-1. Action in the pen down there. Anthony Bass up and throwing. Pop getting loose as well. Arise. The lead runner out at second. Chisholm at first. One gone. Ground ball left side, could be two. Flips for one. Ow! The double play ends the inning and might have saved the game for them.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. The wind to kick the pitch. He swings and fouls one off. Right-hander kicks, deals. Fought off foul. And the pitch.
One ball.
Miami's bullpen with some action. Matt Barnes getting ready to go. Towards first, and he takes it himself for the out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Danny Jansen. First offering, and it just misses. Two of the most potent offenses in the game squaring off. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Gathers and throws to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Designated hitter, Brandon Belt.
Up to the plate, it's Brandon Belt. Belt in his 13th season, 34-year-old vet, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2009. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. That one hammered left field. That's back there. Banks off the wall. The relay, and he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
A couple of doubles today for the DH. And in scoring position with 2 away. Matt Chapman will hit next. In there at the knees. Strike 1. Runner leads away at second. In for a strike. And the count is 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
0-2 now. Good eye right there. And a ball evens the count. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Got him. So he's gotten deep into this game And at least so far, not showing a ton of signs of fatigue.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting fitting.
Well, we go bottom 6. Now the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. Manoah back to work. Check swing went around. 0-1.
You know, these Marlins doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They've done a great job finding holes in the defense. Exactly half of their hits have come off the bat less than 90 miles per hour. So the ball isn't exactly jumping off the lumber, but they're finding a way to make it work. Well, that's a great effort just to get to that one, and an even better one to take on the wall and hang on to the baseball for the out.
And up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. Oh, and 1 now. And ball 1. Out to short, Bichette. Sends it across to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Avisail.
And at the plate for Miami, Avisail Garcia. Garcia measures 6 feet 4 inches, 250 pounds, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. Fires over to Guerrero. And that'll do it. And the Marlins down quietly, but they're up 3-2. New arm out of the bullpen, Steven Okert.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Dalton Varsho now at the plate. The pitch. And that's in for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Oh, and 2 now. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
So up next for Toronto, Santiago Espinal. Pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1. And that one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Kicks and deals. And that misses off the outside edge.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
That's in there. And the count is 3-1. Tapped softly on the ground. Birdie tosses to first, and that quickly 2 away.
And he looked a little tentative on that swing, almost like he didn't get pitch recognition and tried to slow his bat down just to make contact. I'd rather see a guy swing through it instead of making weak contact and putting it in play, have another pitch where maybe he can drive out of the ballpark.
Kiermaier in now. Takes ball one off the plate. And the pitch is in for a strike. And it's 1-1. The tying run at the plate. Swings through that one for strike two.
He can live up in the zone all game if guys will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitter's got to look down in the zone.
Next one off the plate inside. And the count's even at 2. And there's a ball.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Bo Bichette waiting to hit for Toronto. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And now the lefty, and he walked him.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Matt Barnes gets the nod out of the bullpen.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Fouled off down the right side.
Well, that's a big run over there at first base. He's got some speed. Let's see if they send it.
Check on the runner. Kiermaier back in. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Strike two. That's a laser base hit. Kiermaier rounds second on his way to third. Kiermaier coming home. Relay throw home, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning.
Well, I can understand why they tried to force the issue and tie up this ball game, but wow, nicely done from the defense there to cut him down at the plate and preserve the lead. That's a big-time play.
Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Anthony Bass.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
Now it's the Marlins catcher, Nick Fortes. And a pitch. And that one a little bit high. That catches the zone for a strike, and it's a ball and a strike. Next offering misses down and away.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a pitch. In the air, left field. Varsho moving under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The third baseman, number 5, John.
So the lineup flips over. John Birdie, the next up for the Marlins. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Adam Simber up and loosening in the pen. And the righty deals. And it's 1-1. And right back to the mound. Fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, number 13, shortstop, Jose.
And now the shortstop, Jose Iglesias. And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1. And that skips in the dirt. Righty delivers. And that one missing low. And a strike. And now it's filled up.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Back to work. 3-2 now. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
2 outs, runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Arias. That one pushed to the left and foul. The pitch. Foul ball there. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. 1 left for Miami, but they still lead at 3-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Anthony Bender.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Well, 1-run game. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, George Springer.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
The pitch. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Dylan Floro, the closer, getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. The wind and the pitch. That one is absolutely belted. And gone. George Springer takes him deep. His 12th of the season. It's 3-3.
Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something, but really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Now here is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that one fouled off. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. And a swing and a miss there.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move to the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Righty to the plate. And now the count filled up 3-2. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here comes a 3-2. Bounce to the right. And that's just foul.
Well, he hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this guy.
Hard hit, but right at him and left.
Great swing of the bat right there. Trying to get on as that go-ahead run. He just wasn't able to find a hole.
Now the catcher up to hit, Danny Jansen. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. There's a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
The 0-2.
Oh, that's good.
Stays alive. And here it comes. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires across the diamond, and they got him. And now the DH, Brandon Bell. That's hard hit on the line. And that one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Pitch hitter coming on, Alejandro Kirk, and he's got the go-ahead run out there in scoring position for him. Looks like we've got a substitution at second. Pinch running here, Winton Bernard. Here's the pitch. Runner breaks for third. Strike in there. Throw to third. Ow! And that will end the inning. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. We're tied now with 3 apiece. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Now on the bump, Zach Pop.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing the work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
So coming into the game now on defense, Kevin Biggio. He's the new third baseman. Here's the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Here comes a pitch. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. The 0-1. And that one wrapped foul. Next offering is fouled back. The 0-2. And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
And it's even up.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Two now. Swing and a pop-up. Drops into the glove, and there's one away.
Up next for the Marlins, the first baseman, Garrett.
Garrett Cooper, the next up for the Marlins. That one's in there, 0-1. Movement in the bullpen. Adam Simber appears to be getting loose. The 0-1. And that one sliced foul. The 0-2.
Ball after the side.
And now 2-2. Here's a 2-2. Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. And the right-hander deals. On the ground to first. A flip to the pitcher covering. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder,
Ryan De La Cruz, the next up for the Marlins.
Almost drove one out of here last time up. Wide out to the warning track.
That one lifted to left. Varsho after it. Racing, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. And 1-2-3 go the Marlins. So no change in the score. It's 3-3. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, A.J. Puck.
He's certainly been one of their better relief pitchers this season. The numbers are really solid, so they feel great about handing the ball over to him.
Kevin Biggio up to the plate, taking his first at bat of the game after entering on defense. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. There's the strike. Next offering is down low. And that's in for a strike.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Got him swinging.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That's off the mark, and it's 1-0. Kicks and fires. That's in there. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
And now the count is even. And he deals. Caught him looking for the K. Santiago Espinal next up for the Blue Jays. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Puck, 27 years old, and they traded for him earlier this year. Next offering is in for a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
That misses, and the count 1-2. And downstairs.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Upstairs. Kevin Kiermaier on deck for the Blue Jays. Goes down looking. So they make short work of him there. Bottom part of the order. 7-8-9. 2 up in inning number 9. All tied up at 3 apiece. Bottom 9. Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez. Pop back to work.
Nope.
Check swing, and he held up. Next pitch is downstairs. Activity in the bullpen. Eric Swanson, the Major League saves leader, getting it fired up. Right-handed reliever. Chop to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Now the designated hitter,
Avisail Garcia, the next to hit. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Wouldn't chase that time. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2. Just missed.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
All tied up here in the last half of inning number 9. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Right-hander kicks, deals.
Oh man, so close to being a huge swing, maybe the biggest swing in this ball game. He's got to have a great at bat, finish this off.
Next one just misses. And now it's 3-2. Nick Fortes waits on deck for Miami. 9th pitch of the at bat due next. Chopper right side. In plenty of time to first, and that quickly 2 away.
the catcher number 4.
So up next, Nick Fortes. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone, and that's a strike. Falling behind 2-1. The pitch. Just off the outside edge. John Birdie next to hit for the Marlins. (3-1) is on the way. On the ground right side. The throw to first. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for him there. 9 isn't enough to decide a winner, so we are off to extra innings. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in Miami, here at extras here, and now for the Jays, Kevin Kiermaier.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And a pitch. Ball 1 there. The pitch. Check swing, no appeal, and the count is 2-0. On the corner for a strike. That one ripped, but foul. Hit in the air, right field. Sanchez gets under it. And there's one down. So digging in, Bo Bichette. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, an at bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Here's a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Next offering is fouled back. Here's the 0-2. Bounce to the left side. Birdie zips it across. 2 in a row set down to start the 10th. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Infield playing him to pull. Second baseman just to the right of the bag. Swing and a bouncer. A rise. On the run, sends it over to first. And that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. On to the bottom of inning number 10. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here at extras, and a new pitcher on the mound in the bottom half of the inning, Yimi Garcia. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And now, John Birdie.
Leading up for the Marlins, the third baseman, John Birdie.
And a pitch. That one missed. So 2 balls and no strikes.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
2-0. And a strike in there. The 2-2. Got him looking for the strikeout. Fastball at the letters, frozen for strike 3.
A big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound. No question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
Next to hit, Jose Iglesias.
Nope, that's the ball.
And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. And the righty deals. Clips the corner and a count 1-1. Bullpen activity starting up now. Eric Swanson, the American League saves leader, looks to be warming up. Next offering is in for a strike. And another ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him way out front of the slur.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. He's not fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Here's the second baseman, Luis Arias. That pitch in for a strike, and that is strike 1. Now 1-1. This one lifted in the air, left field, dives, but it falls, and now it looks like extra bases. It's a 2-out double, and the winning run is at second base.
Well, here we go. Winning run is on base with 2 away. Winning run in scoring position now, so a clutch AB could end this one.
So a change being made out at second. On the pinch run, Garrett Hampson. He's the potential winning run, so they're hoping he can score on a base hit. Jazz Chisholm Jr., the next up for the Marlins. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
And here's the first baseman, Garrett Cooper. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
Next pitch is popped up. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Marlins strand a pair. Score remains tied at 3. Now into the game, Garrett Hampson. He'll play second. Tanner Scott on the pitch out of the pen here.
Well, he's a big-time strikeout guy out there. This season, averaging more than 1 per inning.
And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the pitch. And that one missing low.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
The lefty, the 1-0. There's a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him off. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off on.
Danny Jansen next up for the Blue Jays. Slapped foul. All tied up here in extra innings. At the belt and fires. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Makes the grab for the second out.
Now back. Designated hitter. Brings in Bernard.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Winton Bernard. Entered the game as a pinch runner. First plate appearance for him here. They say you win.
0-1's the count.
Next pitch misses, and that's ball one. And the slider catches the zone.
Now just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Chisholm throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
He was all over that one. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. A lot riding on this next at bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
Go-ahead run on base. And next for Toronto, Kevin Biggio. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Man on second, 2 down. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Appears they're working around him with the base open, Singy.
Well, you know, these 2-0 counts, Boo, they're just not what they used to be, and we sound like old guys when I say that. But ultimately, this is a strategic game, and you expect to see this type of approach by the pitcher in this situation.
2 down, go ahead run in scoring position. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. And there's a ball. Dalton Varsho waits on deck. Out towards left center. Great effort as he's able to haul it in, and that's the 3rd out. Blue Jays held in check. Still tied 3-3. Welcome back. All set for the bottom of the 11th. And now for the Marlins, Ryan De La Cruz. The right-hander back to work. And there's the strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Next pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Next pitch is popped up. Guerrero gets there. He's under it. And it's caught for the out.
The right pitcher, number 7.
And up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. A laser to left base hit.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
So now the DH spot, Avisail Garcia. First offering misses the mark. One down, winning run on at first. And a base hit. Ball back in a hurry, and the winning run now at second with only one away.
Everything came together for him. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And now here is Nick Fortes. In there for strike one. One away, and the game-winning run stands at second. Next offering is in for a strike. In the air on the infield, and the infield fly is called.
The third baseman, number 5.
Righty reliever out of the pen, Jordan Romano.
Well, walks have been a big issue for him this year, so I expect these hitters to be patient up there.
Number 68, Jordan Romano.
Now the third baseman, John Birdie.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right here.
First offering misses badly for ball one. Winning run stands at second. Next pitch is inside. 2-1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That one missed. Jose Iglesias waits on deck for Miami. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. 11 innings in the books now. All tied up at 3 apiece. New pitcher coming on, the veteran Dylan Floro.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. The line to kick the pitch. That's a little bit low.
Ball one, no strike.
And the 1-0 misses low. That one drifts inside. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
In for a strike, now 3-1. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat. Santiago Espinal digs in now. Next pitch is popped up. That's out number 2.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Kiermaier in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Action in the pen down there. Sixto Sanchez, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Next offering is in for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Left-hand hitter waits. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here in Lone Depot Park, here's the shortstop at the plate, Jose Iglesias. Romano, 29 years old, and he was born in Canada. And a pitch. In the air, right field. And a quick out, number 1.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's Garrett Hampson, having more success against left-handed pitching this season, as might be expected.
Probably no surprise to you, Boog, but Toronto produces more MLB players than any other city in Canada. Montreal is right up there, too.
Here comes the 0-1. This one popped up. Guerrero sizes this one up. 2 down.
The center fielder, number 2.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
They say you win.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, 0-2 now. And that's in the dirt.
2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. And that's too high.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. Gone. Ball game. A shot to left, and the Marlins win it in 12.
When you get to extra innings, it seems like every guy is trying to come up with the big swing to hit the homer and end the ball game. Well, he did it. Huge swing of the bat, and we're all heading home.
Four-3, our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.